so happy we alive.
Here's Roger Christie, and maybe you could tell me what your association with Philip has been and what's...
Frederick.
Frederick, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Frederick is a fairly new member of the THC ministry, about 3 months, I think. He saw my ad in the newspaper, asked to be ordained and to join up, and so I made that happen and showed him how to accept the separation of the benefits of the separation of church and state where it comes to cannabis sacrament is concerned. So Frederick got the paperwork in his hands, in his wallet, and then was out enjoying his life when he got stopped at a roadblock, a traffic stop, and he can tell the story from here what his experience was at that traffic stop.
How long ago was this, Fred?
Oh, this about 3-4 weeks now.
Mm-hmm, about 3 weeks.
Yeah, about 3 weeks and a half, and came to a traffic stop. I guess when they check, the registration, make sure everything's okay with the car.
Here in Hilo?
Yeah, right in Hilo, going down the 4 miles. There was a little roadblock, and they stopped him, and they saw my little joint or whatever. So they asked me to step out the car, and they searched my car. And when they searched my car, to get my wallet, they look at my THC ministry card. And honestly, the police officer said he don't even want to deal with it. He just gave me my card, my joint back, and told me to leave. He said he didn't want to deal with the paperwork, and just told me to leave.
You're kidding.
I swear. He said he don't even want to deal with it, and just left. Just told me to go.
Now, did he find your THC ministry card, or did you bust your THC ministry card out?
He opened my wallet.
He did.
Yeah, he opened my wallet because I was still, he was searching me and I can't move. And he busted out and he seen it himself and he looked at it, showed him my ID with it, and he said he don't even want to deal with the paperwork.
Really?
And he said just go. I didn't want to deal with the paperwork because my license, everything was concurrent with the car. And he said he didn't want to deal with it, so he just left.
Really?
So he said just go.
That's pretty incredible.
I thought so too.
Really?
Because I'm gonna be honest, my heart was pumping for a minute. But I was like, oh, cool, well, I'm gonna go ahead and smoke my joint.
So have you talked with other members of the ministry who've had experiences like this?
Not recently, no. I can't say. Because I know a lot of people, by surprising, a lot of my friends are part of the THC ministry that I never knew. But they're using the card to its fullest effect and going by the guide rules and the lines. So legally, everybody is in the right state of frame of what to do, abiding by the THC ministry laws and versus the government laws. So everybody's a winner. So therefore, the police and the government can't say anything. So as far as I know, that anybody who's part of the THC ministry is living very suitable without getting harassed. So everybody's living comfortable.
And people can find out about getting their THC ministry packet from www.thc-ministry.org. Frederick, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, no problem.
Aloha. Good evening, and welcome to Louisville Late Night. Are immune to the
prosecution?
Yeah, well, to the Pharmacratic Inquisition.
Pharmacratic Inquisition, that's right. And the botanical messiah can grow freely in the open sunshine. That's true. It's
And so how's this freedom, and tell me your conceptual, how does belonging to the THC ministry keep people from being arrested and thrown in jail?
It's called a defense to prosecution. I've created a defense to prosecution while we're in the activity of attempting to legalize cannabis for all its many blessings, from industrial hemp to medical marijuana to full-on religious use. There's a way to anchor in, I believe, in individuals my own right to cultivate and use cannabis, and that's through the benefits of the First Amendment and the separation of church and state. And I found it to be real. I actually have found it. I've tested it with both feet in the water here, and under arrest conditions, the paperwork that I've created, the ID cards, the plant tags, the sanctuary sign, and other parts of the cannabis sanctuary kit.
What are the plant
tags?
Yeah. What? Tell us. Let me zoom in on
Good.
Okay, now read that for me.
Well, it started out as a bag tag, we call it, but it says THC Ministry. We use cannabis religiously, and you can too. Provided by God, protected by UCC, which is Uniform Commercial Code, by contract. And then it says Hawaii State License number 00313. That's my Department of Health license from the state of Hawaii. And then it says the thcministry.org, the website, and then call FIJA 1-800-TELL-JURY. This is for the Fully Informed Jury Association.
And so you put these, or individuals take these individual tags and put them on their cannabis plants?
Exactly. You clip it on the branch of a plant, and it's an all-weather tag.
And, okay, and that makes the plant a sacrament as opposed to a illegal.
Exactly. Cannabis isn't really illegal. It's highly regulated. There are exceptions in the law for people to have cannabis cultivation. The federal government has a pot farm at Ole Miss at the University of Mississippi. Some researchers have permits from the DEA to grow cannabis. There are exceptions in the law for cannabis to be possessed and cultivated. And I've created the THC Ministry as one of those exceptions in the law, and with many experiences under our belt so far, we have testimonies where people say, yes, indeed, this sets the tone. These plant tags, the sanctuary signs, have actually worked under arrest conditions and kept all of our members 100% successfully free from either jail or arrest and prosecution.
Do you have one of those identification cards you were talking about?
Yeah, I do. I've got put one in my shirt pocket.
Let me do a close-up on that also. And okay, can you read that also?
You bet.
Okay.
This is THC Ministry. We use cannabis religiously, and you can too. Religious practitioner and caregiver of cannabis hemp. And then the signature line. And then my website, home phone number, says a member of the Hawaii Cannabis Ministry, and then the last line states Hawaii State Department of Health license number 00313. I put that in there because I want people to know that this is designed with constitutional protections involved. This is like legal tripwires, constitutional tripwires.
And so, let's say someone was using cannabis, the police come to the door, and people associated with your church have pulled this ID out and said,
Exactly.
"Hey, don't arrest me. I'm practicing
my religion, and I'm a member of the Hawaii Cannabis Ministry, which is backed and authorized to operate as a ministry by the Department of Health, State of Hawaii. So it checks the action. I jokingly, but it's very serious, on the other hand, say that the card and the plant tag and the sanctuary sign acts kind of like a cross to a vampire. It stops the action and makes them go away and back up.
And the police have actually stopped.
Respected this. Every time that I've heard about, people have to call me to give me their testimony about that, but in 100% of the cases that I've heard from people that have used this identification, it has worked under arrest conditions in the mainland, even at U.S.
Oh, yeah,
Customs
that's what I was just going to ask you. Is this just in Hawaii or on the mainland in other states? People
yes, definitely.
Also belong to the ministry?
I've provided paperwork to about 18,000 people now over the last couple of years, and it's worked successfully in other states as well as I say, with the federal Department of Customs at the Canadian border.
Aren't there instances of it not working and people?
Not that I know of.
There's not one instance.
Not one.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. I'm stoked. I want people to tell the truth to me about their experiences with it, and I want to tell the truth on the internet, on my website. And I'm very happy to say that it's worked.
Well, usually, so often when you hear the word religion, the first thing that comes to people's mind is money request or donation, and what are the costs involved in